Zola ngwela o veteranu ako itabua. Ako do talitaina na barongo na Bula FM nambando na sir.
Bula, alang gono ilutoka lutalita ka ng Bula FM berarti nambando na sir.
Ni Bula binaka, nanregen go sa Bula FM nga. Na kasi.
Dalang go sa mundo active ng Bula FM nambando na sir nusur.
Ni Bula binaka, narang go Jerry yang melambasa. Do barongo nga na Bula FM nambando.
Bula FM nambando na sir.
In the news tonight, NFP's Tikondondor lays manhandle claims. Motion for committee on drugs defeated in Parliament. And Dosumate hits out at Nikon Waikula.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spate.
A supposed personal attack in Parliament today has seen more falling out between the ruling Fiji First Party and the opposition's National Federation Party. NFP President and MP Pio Tikondondua has claimed in Parliament that he has been manhandled and threatened by Prime Minister Vurenge Bainimarama outside the parliamentary chambers. A claim denied by the Fiji First. Apinisa Wangai Rondovu has more.
What was to have been the final day of parliamentary sitting for this month quickly turned into a mudslinging as Pio Tikondondua making peculiar statement.
Honorable Prime Minister should be the last person talking about violence against women in this house. Should be the last. You should know what's happening in your own house. Should know. And it is hypocritical for this matter. We deplore this act.
Bainimarama quite clearly upset, lambasting and questioning Tikondondo's motives.
I don't know why he's doing a personal attack on me. If we talked about why, what's happening, I made a statement here yesterday condemning what Mulitaw said. You didn't say anything, but why the personal attack on me? That's what I want to know.
Moments later, Tikondondua standing up to lay assault claims.
Bring you to the attention of the House. I've just been physically assaulted in the Parliament premises by the Honourable Prime Minister. He swore at me, broke my glass. Insulted me and threatened me. Like any member of this House, I'm informing you, Honourable Speaker, and I want it recorded in this House.
The Speaker quite clearly caught by surprise.
Member, that's got nothing to do with what's going on here at the moment. Honourable Minister, you have the floor.
I had walked outside Parliament when I heard the Prime Minister, when I heard the Prime Minister's voice, and he called out to me in Itoke language, Pio, lakomaike, meaning Pio, come here. I turned around and walked back to him, where he was within the precincts of Parliament near his official vehicle, surrounded by his bodyguards. He started swearing at me in Itoke language, swore at my mother and my father, and assaulted me in the process.
Tikondondua has this afternoon told media that he has filed a police complaint on the matter. Fiji First says the claims by Tikondondua are untrue and the Prime Minister did not commit any act of violence. Apinisa Wangirandobu, FBC News.
Meanwhile, NFP leader Professor Biman Prasad has denied claims of personal attack by his party president and MP Pio Tikondondua on the Prime Minister today.
As far as I'm concerned, he meant the government side when he said that the Prime Minister should look at his own home. He pointed to the opposition, the government side, and he meant, the government. That was my understanding of what Honourable Pio Tikondondua said in Parliament.
Parliament has defeated a motion to set up a special committee to combat the rising drug problem by 27 votes to 20. The motion argued that the emergence of hard drugs must be addressed with urgency. Edwin Nunn reports.
The motion came all too late, as the government says it already has plans to tackle the drug problem through the National Narcotics Strategy and new laws coming up.
The people of Fiji can be rest assured that this government is committed to the safety and security of all Fijians.
That narcotics center and the bill that will come into place, this is where we will have the contribution from the other side of the House.
However, for some reason, opposition MP Nico Nawaikula believes the drug problem is the result of Fiji becoming a secular state, albeit with no evidence to back up his claim.
You want to put God outside? Expect that. You want to put God in the periphery? Expect that. You want to take God, you want to take nuns and priests out of their schools? Expect that. You want to take chaplains? You want to take chaplains out of the PBS and all that? Expect that.
The battlefield is out there in the schools. The battlefield is out there in the communities, not in parliament committees. Not in parliament committees, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Parliament was told the fight against drugs will involve law enforcement agencies, the health sector, NGOs, and a range of other relevant bodies.
It's for the minister responsible for police to be sacked or to resign because he was not doing his job.
I wanted to speak to the man, but there was no man last night. There was no man, no courage.
Defence Minister Inia Seruiratu revealed that just this afternoon he's had a meeting on setting up a rehabilitation centre for drug addicts. Edwin Nand, FBC News.
The opposition members of parliament have been quiet despite the moral decay displayed by one of their own. The statement was made by Infrastructure Minister Choneo Sumate after opposition MP Nico Nawaikula continuously interrupted him during a question and answer session. Sanyani Boyla reports.
And you keep quiet.
The Infrastructure Minister hits out at Sodalpa MP Nico Nawaikula for his continuous interjection. Choneo Sumate said Nawaikula should have been this vocal against fellow party member Moses Mbulitabu when he made the racist slurs.
You create moral decay when one of your members of your house sees something that is wrong, and you keep quiet. You keep quiet.
Order.
People in this country, they expect us to have guts and speak the truth. When somebody says something that is wrong, you have the gumption to stand up and talk about it, and not just say people can't do their job. The job of a parliamentarian to speak the truth. So stop saying those kinds of words.
Speaker of Parliament Ratu Epeli Nailatika warned the two for addressing each other directly.
Take a seat. Take a seat. Don't carry on a conversation between you two. I warned you about that in the past. Speak to what is being debated, and that's what we do.
Parliament has been adjourned for 3 weeks. Sainia Nimboila, FBC News.
Government MPs unanimously stood together in their backlash of the racist slurs made by Sedelpa's Moses Mbulitavu. Contributing to the motion in Parliament yesterday to strongly condemn his comments, various government MPs found Mbulitavu to be unabashed, racist and a misogynist. Kelly Vadala reports.
Moses Mbulitavu's post where he had called the Indo-Fijian community Vulangis and that their way of handling disputes by killing and stabbing has been picked up by the Itoke community was widely criticized in Parliament last night.
He decided to exploit an already charged atmosphere of racial antagonism. He has descended to a new low by criminalizing the descendants of indentured laborers as a naturally violent community.
Mbulitavu's comment where he had claimed that certain Indo-Fijian women were unfaithful and that Itoke assault on women were common given their build were also condemned.
On the day Honorable Mbulitavu made the comment, my daughter asked me that why is Honorable Mbulitavu making such a sweeping and denigrating comments about our women?
The government MP saying Mbulitavu's comment was absolute nonsense.
Not only to condemn the actions of Honorable Mbulitavu, but to tell our future generations that gone are the days when you could call somebody Tevoro or somebody Wulangi.
Every utterance reeks of racism and misogyny. It glosses over violence. It glosses over domestic violence.
Parliament last night voted in favor of the motion to strongly condemn the statements made by Mbulitavu. The motion was passed by 30 votes to 21, with all 3 NFP MPs voting in favor. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
Up ahead, municipal councils join fight against drugs. And new e-passports to be available later this month. Details after the break.
Hi, Bula. I'm Selai from Nandi. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hi, my name is Sotiama here in Ba. We love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, I'm Miri. I'm from Lotoka and I love Gold FM because they play all my classic hits.
Hi, my name is Fiona from Tavua and I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hi, I'm Ini from Rakiraki. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
The municipal councils are working closely with the police force to support the fight against substance and drug abuse. A meeting was held between the council members, the Market Vendors Association and the police following concerns raised on the increase in drug cases. Kritika Kumar reports.
All 12 municipal councils under the Market for Change project have set up crime prevention committees to ensure no illegal activities are carried out at the market premises.
Systems in place to promote the committee objective is that the committee meets regularly to discuss crime-free programs, reports to police force any suspected activities, and seeks police force participation in regular meetings for information and advice.
Opposition MP Linda Tambuya questioned the minister on procedures that are being followed to issue a business license.
I want to direct a question to the business license holders whom you issue licenses to. What sort of monitoring mechanism do you have for these business license holders in terms of the activities within their premises?
In response, Kumar highlighted an incident where the association reported a matter whereby the juice vendors were allegedly selling drugs and cigarettes.
Licenses are given or stalls are given, it is given for a particular purpose, for them to sell a particular item. And obviously, as you know, single-roll cigarettes and drugs are not part and parcel of the business license.
Municipal councils are also installing CCTV in towns and cities to help reduce crime-related activities, including substance and drug abuse. Kritika Kumar, FBC News.
The new e-passports will be available by the 26th of this month. Prime Minister Vurenge Bainimarama gave an update on the passport's availability while responding to a question by the opposition. Bainimarama stressed that as immigration departments around the world grow sophisticated, the Fijian passport needs to evolve to keep pace, and the security feature on the current passport needed an update. He also clarified that e-passports does not mean that passports are going entirely online, but are physical passport books with a new range of security features.
These new upgraded e-passports will contain a new range of security features that will make it more difficult for people to illegally enter the country and easier for Fijians to travel overseas to use e-passport gates to speed through immigration, airport immigration queues. So, Honourable Speaker, we're not only making Fiji safer, we're making traveling easier. We're also setting Fiji up for wider visa-free status access around the world.
With the rollout of e-passports, Fiji will join 54 other countries who have already ingrained such technology to its passports. International Day of Indigenous Peoples was remembered today in Parliament, with opposition leader Sitiveni Rambuka highlighting the importance of this recognition in his end-of-week statement. The Attorney General Ayasai Kayum, in response on behalf of the Prime Minister and Minister responsible Vurenge Bainimarama, notes that Fiji's Itauke are celebrated in language, culture, history and religion every day across the country. Maggie Boyle tells us more.
We ask the Fiji First Government and the people of Fiji to reflect on, embrace and recognize the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples.
It was a solemn call to mark the internationally recognized day and celebration and support of Indigenous peoples. The opposition leader reiterating the importance of acknowledging the contribution of the Indigenous population and ensuring their continued progress.
It is estimated that there are only 370 million Indigenous peoples in the world today, living in about 90 countries. Speaker, sir, they make up less than 5% of the world's population, but account for 15% of the poorest.
The Attorney General highlighting that in comparison to the rest of the world, Fiji's Indigenous have always been better off.
The Itauke live a very different reality. We celebrate our language, their culture, history, religion, every day, all year long. Every day in Suva, every day across Tailevu, every day across Lamaviti, every day in Vanuatu, every day, everywhere in Fiji is Indigenous Peoples Day.
The AG adding that the Itoke are not victims, as some like to portray, and that their land ownership of 92% is unrivaled. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
Housing Minister Pramila Kumar says there is no database on legal landlords, which makes monitoring and registering slumlords even more complex. Kumar was responding to an oral question last night in Parliament by Opposition MP Mika Lewere, who queried what strategies the ministry has in place to deal with slumlords who exploit victims and charge exorbitant rental fees. Kumar says going forward, the ministry has extended the scope of their socio-economic surveys to include information on landlords and tenants.
The ministry will be conducting socio-economic surveys with the assistance from UN Habitat of Fiji, after which this database will be formed. So all those 43 areas where we have acquired the development lease, fresh surveys will be conducted with a wider scope. So the data collected will allow the ministry to capture accurate social and spatial information, and at the same time the ministry will collect information on tenancy arrangement, if any, within the informal settlement.
A week now since the helicopter crash happened at the Natewa Bay, search and recovery efforts for the wreckage, the pilot and its 2-year-old passenger continues. Today, the Fiji Navy hydrographic team resumed scanning the seabed with their multi-beam sonar. The search area has also been increased. According to the Rescue Coordination Centre, the team has had to deal with the hazard of uncharted shoals or big schools of fish. The Navy divers are on standby for deployment as soon as the wreckage will be identified. The Fiji Revenue and Customs Services has informed court that keeping a yacht in its custody is costing large sums of money. The appeals case was called at the Suva High Court today. Catherine Krishna reports.
The Fiji Revenue and Customs Services was earlier given High Court permission to sell the yacht Shenanigans, which was captured as part of a drug raid conducted on Australian couple John and Yvette Nikolic last year. John Nikolic was found guilty and was sentenced to 23 years imprisonment, and the FRCS took possession of the yacht, which was used to smuggle cocaine and ecstasy tablets worth $30 million. Nikolic's lawyer, Filimoni Vosarongo, has now filed an appeal to stop the sale of the vessel, arguing it belongs to Yvette Nikolic, who is the sole owner and was acquitted of any wrongdoing. Vosarongo also argues that Yvette should not be paying for someone else's crime, and the FRCS should not be allowed to proceed with the sale while the DPP is pursuing an appeal against his client's acquittal. The vessel was raided at Vunda Marina in Lautoka by the FRCS and police last year. The case will be recalled for hearing on 17th September. Catherine Krishna, FBC News.
And it's business time now with Lena.
Thank you, Jackie. Coming up, telecom service providers to absorb 10-cent levy, and in growing Fiji, renovated ANZ Namaka branch opens. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Shamiza. And I'm Salma. We're from Nandi and we love Mirchi FM because it's hot.
My name is Rajnita Lata and I'm from Vatulaloba. और हम सब मिर्ची FM सुनता है because it's hot. Hi, my name is Vinita. I'm from Lambasa. I love listening to Mirchi FM. It's number one.
हमारा नाम सागर रेड्डी है. हम लोग स्कूल में, हम लोग घर में और कहीं भी रहता हम लोग कल मिर्ची FM सुनता. गौलटन तावा में मिर्ची FM दागो मामा.
Mirchi FM. It's hot.
Leading business, Vodafone Fiji Limited and Telecom Fiji Limited have assured its customers that they will absorb the 10 cents data levy on every gigabyte data used, which is announced by government yesterday. Vodafone Fiji says its customers won't have to pay anything extra for data usage. Telecom Fiji Chief Executive Charles Gounder says with the removal of the voice levy and the reduction in lending costs at Fintel, Telecom is able to pay the 10 cents levy without pushing it onto its customers. Exchange launched its 2019 annual awards yesterday. Together with the launch, the exchange signed a sponsorship deal with Amalgamated Telecom Holdings Limited group of companies. This will be the third year of the award, with winners announced on the 13th of next month at a black tie event in Suva.
One of the things we hope to do by supporting this process, obviously one is promote good governance. Two, as I said, promote the efficient working of capital markets. And thirdly and importantly, I think for Fiji as an economy trying to develop and build our capital market so we can stand with more advanced economies.
Sinifa from HFC Bank joins us with the latest from the world trading market.
The Japanese yen rose today on renewed concerns about the U.S.-China trade dispute. This was after a report that the White House is delaying a decision on allowing U.S. companies to do business with China's Huawei technologies. Yen traders were largely unfazed by data showing Japan's economy grew much more than expected in April to June. The data offers some relief for the Bank of Japan, which is under pressure to follow other central banks and ramp up stimulus to head off heightening global risk. Increased uncertainty about the standoff between the United States and China, as well as uncertainty about Brexit, is likely to continue to support safe haven currencies and risk-off trades in coming weeks. The trade war has entered new territory after US President Donald Trump said he will impose more tariffs on Chinese imports from September. Closer to home, Australia's central bank reiterated that it's prepared to cut interest rates further as subdued household and weak consumer spending means inflation will take longer to return to its elusive target. That's all from HFC Bank for this week. Vinaka.
Here are today's exchange rates as set this morning. The foreign exchange market remains volatile globally. The Fiji dollar rose against the newly fixed Chinese yuan, US dollar, Kina, euro, and the yen. Looking at commodities, crude oil recovered today to rise to $52.74 a barrel. Gold again climbed to $1,503 per ounce, and silver was down to $17.04 per ounce. In growing Fiji, ANZ Fiji's newly renovated branch in Namakanandi has begun operation. A significant investment has been made to modernize the branch, and ANZ is confident Fijians will make use of the services available. The branch also has a nursing room for mothers and a prayer room. ANZ Fiji country head Saud Minam says the Namaka branch is one of the busiest.
More and more moving towards the digital part, and we are moving more and more towards less of the paper cash and cash. As you could see that previously we had the branches with full of cash tellers, and now we only about 3 or 4 tellers here. We used to have a lot of these closed rooms and everything. Now we become open, and I think that's the difference about this. We have the iPads where the customer can actually do the transactions on that one. We provide free Wi-Fi for our staff and for our customers across all the branches, so they will be able to enjoy these facilities.
That's it from Business Tonight. Sports is up next with Jamie.
Thanks, Lena, and good evening in Sports Tonight. RKS and QVS set for Dean's final. And thrillers expected at BOG semis. This and more coming up.
Natango meria, maramani waya manatuya sawa. Aweti kutunde nandi ya ndo marata kana varonga na Radio Fiji 1.
Yawa asna vatili, yawa maga Monica. Tondo varonga vale bona doma ibiti lambasa.
Bula natango aprosa nangarse, ngor kraki. Do televeo na varonga na Radio Fiji 1, na doma ibiti. Natango tsani bukia, ngoni na mosi. Ando taleta kana varonga na Radio Fiji 1, na doma ibiti su.
Radio Fiji 1, na doma ibiti.
Defending champions Ratu Kandavulevu School is preferring the underdog tag ahead of the Vodafone Under-18 Dean's final against Queen Victoria School tomorrow. This year's RKS Under-18 team believes that because they are a new set of players, they will need to earn the title on Saturday. Aquila Dama with the details.
Ratu Kandavulevu School under-18 rep William Tenge says they are not the champions because they were the only RKS side that failed to make the finals last year, as they lost in the under-17 quarterfinal.
We are not the champions. The champions are our brothers who were members of the under-18 last year. We know QVS has been preparing well and that they are all focused on the final on Saturday. We respect QVS and look up to them.
Tenge adds QVS is the defending under-17 champion and they have that advantage going into the Dean's final tomorrow.
I have told the team just to maintain the standard. We thank QVS and look up to them because they are the under-17 champion last year and we'll remember that going into tomorrow's final.
QVS have not beaten RKS in their 3 encounters this year, and the captain says they are banking on the support from the fans as the team can't do it alone.
We've come this far. We never reached the final because of our own, because of you guys at home and the cheers, sacrificing yourself, the sun and the rain to come and support us. It really means a lot to the boys.
RKS and QVS are tied with 22 Dean's title wins. They will play at 4:20 p.m. tomorrow in the final at Lawanga Park in Singatoka. Aquila, FBC Sports.
Bar Provincial Freebird Institute is back in the Vodafone Dean's finals after more than 40 years. They are also the lone Western Zone school in tomorrow's finals at Lawanga Park, Singatoka. Aquila with this report.
Bar Provincial Freebird Institute overcame last year's under-18 champions Ratu Kandavulevu School in last week's under-19 semi-finals. And now they are ready to take on Eastern Zone champions St. John's College tomorrow.
I think it's a milestone event for the school, after 46 years from 1973 up until now. And it's an achievement for the school. I mean, we respect St. John's, yeah. They proved last year in filling one under-18. We didn't fill any under-18 last year, but they bowed in the semi-final. And we respect them, but we'll do the talking on the ground.
It's a proud moment as well for the Western Zone, knowing they will have a team in the finals, but now it's the support that matters the most.
And now it's Bapro's turn. Yeah, it's been ages, and this is the first time for them to reach the finals, and it's a milestone achievement for Bapro. So as you Western supporters, please do come in numbers and support our teams from all over from Raki right to Singatoka. Please do come and support Bar Provincial. It's the only team that goes up to the finals now, so we need your support.
Bar Provincial will take on St. John's College in the under-19 final at 2:45 p.m. tomorrow at Singatoka's Lawanga Park. Aquila, FBC Sports.
As expected, old scholars are out in full force supporting their former schools as the clock winds down to the 2019 Vodafone Dean's finals. These include some of the Fiji Airways Flying Fijians players who took time out to wish the teams the best of luck in tomorrow's matches. Faria Begum reports.
Tailevu-based Ratu Kandavulevu School is well known for producing top-class rugby players, and one classic example is Flying Fijians captain Domenico Wanganimburotu.
This is my pick for tomorrow. Delondoni. Good luck to the boys from Delana Kaikai and Deitiko.
Wanganimburotu's message to the RKS under-18 team will definitely leave an impact as they prepare for tomorrow's clash against Queen Victoria School.
My message to the boys is play your own game, play as brothers. This is your last game. Make sure it counts and play for your brothers on the left and the right, and play for your family and for your school.
Flying Fijians lock Tevita Dhavumbati also joined his teammate to wish his former school, the Suva Grammar School, under-14 and under-17 teams the very best for the finals.
Suva Grammar team, I think all the best this weekend. See yourself as a Flying Fiji when you play this weekend, because you will always live up to that, and I know they'll come in with the win.
Flying Fijians coach John McKee, who has not had the time to catch up with the Dean's competition, says he will do so after the players are out of camp.
That I'd hope all the teams, both teams, are really well prepared and ready to give their best. But I don't want to make any predictions here. but I think it's really important for those boys to play well. And of course, the Fiji under-18 selection will be coming up, so it's an important pathway for the schoolboard players, towards higher levels of the game.
Many of the current Flying Fijian players are products of Dean's Rugby. Faria Begum, FBC Sports.
There'll be some extra firepower in the Flying Fijians tomorrow. Young Setereki Tuiduvu is set to start at fullback for the national side against Samoa, teaming up with veteran Vereniki Ngoneva on the wing. Faria Begum with more.
There will be renewed strength in the attack as 23-year-old Clermont fullback Setereki Tuiduvu will have game time in Fiji's match against Samoa.
Set is a good attacking player, you know, he's especially on counter-attack. You know, he's got great speed and great footwork, so we're looking for him to inject himself in the game and our counter-attack, but also to add to our attack from the back.
Captain Domenico Wanganimburotu is also banking on Vereniki Ngoneva, who is back in the starting lineup.
It's good to have someone of his caliber coming into to see off with the younger boys and mixing well together, and to have him for this week, it's a great asset for us.
The Flying Fijians take on Samoa in their final Pacific Nations Cup match tomorrow at 7:15 p.m. at the ANZ Stadium in Suva. Faria Begum, FBC Sports.
Women's rugby in Fiji received a major boost today after World Rugby announced an investment of more than $200,000. The announcement comes at an opportune time as later this year, the Fiji women's 15s team participate in the Oceania qualifiers of the 2021 Women's Rugby World Cup in New Zealand. Felipe Naikaso has more.
As you said, it was definitely good news for women's rugby in Fiji, as the investment by World Rugby is an indication of the strong commitment they have towards development.
The investment itself is about identifying a future program manager and head coach for the program, creating a campaign plan so that Fiji can qualify not only for the World Cup in 2021, but continue on its growth and development in the women's game.
The investment from World Rugby is also due to the level of competition shown by women playing rugby in the country.
Straight away, effectively, I think you would have noticed there's already been an advertisement in the paper looking for program manager / head coach. That's just literally the starting point. It's a short time. There's already discussions with New Zealand around short tour to New Zealand to create an opportunity for the girls to actually prepare.
We are excited about the opportunity. As you all know, the World Rugby for Women will be held in New Zealand in 2021. Our qualification will take place here in Lautoka in December, and I think the announcement and the timely and the announcement and the grant will be timely.
The Fiji Rugby Union has also showed its gratitude towards World Rugby for their continuous support to Tier 2 rugby nations. Felipe Naikaso, FBC Sports.
Kamal Swami returns to his old hunting ground tomorrow with his new team. Churchill Park holds many memories for Swami, who up until earlier this year was the mentor for Lautoka before joining Suva. Faria Begum has more on how Swami is hoping his luck will rub off on his new team.
Lack of talented players is not an issue for Suva coach Kamal Swami, as he will put his best 11 in the starting lineup against Lautoka.
We are just trying to work out on strategies that we can, which will help us to try and win the tournament. But for sure, this is my beginning with this team, and I cannot promise them that they will win. But for sure, I will be able to change football in Suva.
On the other hand, Nasinu will be relying on senior players to guide the team in their match against Lambasa tomorrow.
We have our captain who is coming back, Levadi. He missed the game against Nandi, so he's coming back. And then we have our, one of the oldest players that is currently playing at top level football in the country, Usea Tandu. And then we have Nasoni Merke.
Nasinu takes on Lambasa in the first BOG semi-final at 6:30 p.m. tomorrow, while Suva meets Lautoka in the second semi-final at 8:30 p.m. at Churchill Park in Lautoka. Faria Begum, FBC Sports.
Saudi Arabia has emerged as a strong contender to host Anthony Joshua's much-anticipated rematch with unified world heavyweight champion Andy Ruiz Jr. That's it from Sports Tonight. In new media, Samsung to launch a less expensive smartwatch focused on fitness features. Details after the break.
हमारा नाम उमेश कुमार, हम देता है लेबू और रेडियो फीजी में हरदम सुनता है, बहुत पुराना गाना लगे और बहुत रोचक सुनता है, बहुत अच्छा लगे हमको।
उमेश चंद्रा और कांता चंद्रा हमारा वाइफ है। हम लोग रेडियो फीजी 2 बहुत सुंदर से सुनता है, बहुत अच्छा प्रोग्राम #1 रेडियो।
कुमार स्वामी नायक है गोम्बो लेबू लटोका रेडियो फीजी 2 में पुराना गाना लगे हमें बहुत अच्छा लगे।
कुमार नाकाफी में रहता है, रेडियो फीजी 2 सुनता है।
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
And it's weather time now with Kritika.
Cloudy periods with some showers over the eastern parts and interior of other larger islands. Elsewhere, fine apart from possible afternoon or evening showers. Looking at the west, another sunny day with humid conditions in most areas, but light drizzle expected in the night. Eastwards from Peck Harbour to Suva, a mixture of sun and clouds, but it turned cloudy by late afternoon. And up north, fairly similar conditions, a chance of scattered showers. At sea, moderate to fresh easterly winds, gusty at times, moderate to rough seas. Looking at the tides, the next high tide is at 2:12 a.m. followed by low tide at 8:44 a.m. Sunrise is at 6:29. For tomorrow, mostly fine conditions in the forecast. Tomorrow's temperatures will remain at low 30s. And looking further on to Sunday, expect much of the same cloudy and sunny conditions. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Kritika. In Fijian Pulse segment tonight, we ask, who do you think will win the Dean's Under-18 final tomorrow?
I bet on RKS because they have been winning most of the time.
All I know is that RKS will win this game as they have been playing well.
I think QBS will win the game because I always pray to God to win QBS because my team is already out but now I'm praying for QBS to be won the game.
I was listening on Bula FM and there have been a lot of talk about the final, but I'm steadfast that RKS will win.
I think QBS will win because they have a very good game plan.
I believe QBS can win this year's Dean's final.
Recapping the main stories for tonight, NFP's Tikondo Ndoa lays manhandle claims, motion full committee on drugs defeated in Parliament, and Usumate hits out at Sidelpa Nikono Waikula after continuous interjections. Now for these stories and others, tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. Our poll question segment this week we're asking, should Fiji introduce unbranded packaging for tobacco? Visit our FBC website to answer. And our shot of the day is a perfect beach setting in Nandi, sent in by Nateva Mbakanibeva. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj. Share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. Follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or hashtag FBC News. That was your FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, have a safe and enjoyable weekend. Bye for now.
We love Today FM. Today FM rocks. Bulaminaka, I'm Linda Form. I studied at Suva. I love listening to Today FM because they play latest music and they rock.
Hi, my name is Asnate. I'm from Ba. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Bula, I'm Makereta from Nandi. We love listening to Today FM. Here in Nandi, it rocks.
Hi, I'm Shania. I'm from Lotoka and I love Today FM and it rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.